This little red flickering light means your legally required battery backup garage door opener is failing. And in an evacuation, it could trap you inside your home. Here in Southern California, garage door battery backups aren't optional. They're state law. They're supposed to kick in when the power company turns off the grid, especially in the case for fire prevention. But what happens when the very safety device designed to save you is defective? Well, in this video, we're going to be troubleshooting a Genie garage door opener that has a brand new battery, but is still showing an error code. We're going to show you how to test the battery yourself and how to correctly install the replacement. But we will also show you why even with a working battery, the garage door operates painfully slow, especially when you need it most. Let's party.
So we have this Genie 7155L garage door opener that basically is displaying an issue with the battery backup. Now, what we've done here, and this customer purchased the official Genie battery backup model. You can see the model number right there. And this is their new battery backup. This is their old battery backup. One of the reasons why garage door operators in Southern California have battery backups, or they're becoming more popular, is because they are now considered what is state regulation, state law. So all DC garage door operators, like this one right here, this is a retail opener, will come with a battery backup. Now, that battery backup is designed to kick in whenever there's loss of power. Specifically, this customer will need it because, I don't know if you can see that skyline, we've got the mountain, this is the foothill, and in these foothills, there are fires. So to be able to protect the property or the properties in this area, Edison or the power company will turn off power, and that means that homeowners won't be able to leave their home unless their battery backup or their garage door opener has a battery backup. So this particular battery backup did start to lose power, and in addition to that, it does display like a flickering issue to the programming codes or the error codes. Now, for purposes of this video, again, we're gonna make sure that we've got a good battery. Now, this is our old battery right here. Our old battery right now, our old battery, goodness, I can't put my, our old battery is at 10.91. So we know that this 12-volt battery is not fully charged. It does not have the sufficient power to operate the new garage door, say the garage door opener. Our new battery registers at 6.7. So we've done the test there, right? We've tested that this battery backup is good. Now, let's go ahead and turn that off. So when installing these battery backups on these harnesses, you want to be kind of careful, and just so that way we can implement safety, right? We're going to reconnect the harness, and keep in mind that this harness right here, this little piece, is going to be important later in the video. So we're going to connect power there. We're going to connect power here, or the harness, to the battery backup. So we now have it connected. So you might think like, oh, okay, I'm going to now connect this piece like so. If you touch this metal piece to the contacts, it is going to spark. So don't make that mistake. If I'm mentioning that, it's probably because I did make that mistake. Yes, I did. So I don't want to burn up the battery backup, but long story short, that's why I did the battery test, because this battery is good. But again, we want to make sure that we connect this harness on, and it does have this portion right here where the harness is supposed to stick out like so. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just basically going to connect my battery. And I want to be able to show this to you so that way you understand that these battery backups, although they're a great idea, they're not completely foolproof. We're going to connect our battery backup to the opener, and there are some tabs here where you'll connect the battery backup. We're going to slide this on. There we go. There are 2 slides there. Make sure your wiring is not connected or caught up. This is your wiring to your garage door opener, safety sensors, and the wall button. And then this will connect here on the top. Let's see, we've got it connected there. We heard it turn on. I'm going to take some B-roll of this so that way you see what we're talking about. Okay, so there's our harness right there. That's where it connects to. This is supposed to be drawing, or I should say, this is providing power to the battery backup because it is charging. In addition to that, it will draw power to the garage door opener when there's loss of power to the home and the battery backup needs to operate. And so we'll show that test for you here shortly. But I'm not sure if this camera gets, I don't know if you can see that flickering right there. I'm going to again use the B cam. See that flickering? Well, we have a brand new battery to this garage door opener, and that red flickering should not exist. Usually red lights to garage door openers like safety sensors, computer, or I should say logic boards, that's not a good thing. So we've spoken to Genie about this. Genie knows of the situation, and we've made the efforts to help them understand that we are doing everything according to their guidelines, or to their, I guess you could say, specifications. So now we're going to operate the garage door opener with the battery backup connected, and then, well, I'll show you disconnected as well. So we still have the light flickering, so let's show you how the door operates. So this is the standard operation of the garage door operator on the door. So this is a 24 volt opener. So the power that this opener produces, 24 volts, has no problem closing and lifting the 16x7 steel back door with windows. Now that's the slow start, slow stop feature, which is on all of Genie's openers. They have that feature. You'll see how it stops slowly. There we go. So again, this opener has the power to open and close this door. We're going to close it one more time. See, lights are still flickering. Now we're going to show you what happens when we disconnect the power. Okay, that purple light should not be on for some reason according to Genie. So that's a regular, but let's get the door to operate just on the battery backup. There we go. Okay, notice how slow the door is opening. Why? Because it's running now on 12 volts. We no longer have lights. So basically it's conserving power because it's utilizing the 12 volts out of the battery backup to be able to lift this garage door opener. You tell me, if you're trying to get out of this house and you got fires in the background, is this fast enough? I don't know. I've had so many tell me, yeah, this is not the best, but hey, this is an option that, quite frankly, I think a lot of people would prefer whenever there is loss of power and they're trying to get out of their garage. At this point, you can close the door. Again, notice how slow it closes. By the way, this operation is the same on all other brands. On Guardian, LiftMaster, Chamberlain, Craftsman. They all are going to run off a 12 volt battery. And the speed is based off of how that opener is utilizing the power on that battery. So it's not a bad thing. I don't mention that to cause a debate here. I'm just simply pointing out the obvious, and many have mentioned it to me. It's like, hey, whenever the battery backup kicks in, it is super slow. Why? And I tell my customers, yes, that's because of how it's designed. It's running off of 12 volt batteries. Now, our light is still purple, which again should not be the case. And so if we reconnect the opener, yeah, it's flickering again. Lights are back on. Garage door opener is opening up the door faster. But again, we get this flickering light. It's not even a flashing. It's more of a flicker. And we are not sure why. Hopefully Genie can provide us some more feedback. But what are your thoughts? Definitely want to hear them in the comments below. What do you think about these battery backup garage door openers? Do you think they're worth it? Do you think that we need to find better technology? If so, what sort of technology? Definitely want to hear from the dealer contractors as well, because we need to figure out a way how to make this better. Is this good now? But how can we make it better?
Now, just a few takeaways from what we shared with you in this video. Remember to not touch the battery contacts with the metal plate because it will spark. Also, when replacing the battery, resetting the travel limits and force settings will help the garage door opener have a good starting point. Last but not least, service the garage door to ensure optimal operation. Now, on this channel, we have a number of videos on why it's important that your garage door is properly operating. In fact, we offer a free digital resource that you can use to assess your garage door safety. To get that free resource, check out this video right here. As always, I want to thank y'all for partying with me. Y'all stay safe.